The Israelites demonstrated learned helplessness for over or almost a century, being stuck even when God had given them a template on how they should get to the promised land. I know some of you may not know what learned helplessness is. You may probably even be hearing the term for the first time. I heard this term when I was doing my IT in Abuja here, and at our workplace was giving, topics to, no, not that we're giving topics, we're supposed to present topics, in the workplace. And this smart girl, Carissa, she, her topic was learned helplessness. All of us were stunned that day. We never heard of it, what she was talking about. And we're like, we found out that at some point, each and every one of us have demonstrated this, or experienced it one way or another. Now, you may be asking, what is learned helplessness? I'll read it for you. Learned helplessness is a psychological condition where a person stops trying to escape a negative situation after repeatedly experiencing it as uncontrollable, which can lead to feelings of powerlessness, low self-esteem, lack of motivation, even when they can change the situation. Sounds like a situation you've experienced before or demonstrated. I mean, I could say widely, all Nigerians have demonstrated learned helplessness, considering the relationship between, our country and us and what we've experienced in this nation, where times without number, we don't even bother ourselves with, whenever we say, oh, pray for Nigeria, or Nigeria will get better again, we just give up, because we've been conditioned to be in that state that there's no help coming for this nation anymore. Even God probably cannot help us. That is learned helplessness. So you may find yourself in a situation where things have happened time and time and time again, and you don't bother yourself with it anymore. You're like, it's a new way of life. So you're just accustomed to it. That's why they will say a Nigerian is very strong. We storm the weather at anywhere. We've been so pushed to the world doesn't affect us anymore. So that is what learned helplessness is. And I'm using myself as a subject study. Permit me. Because it's, I don't know, it seems like your brain is shut down. You understand? You always, whenever someone brings an opportunity towards you, you always have excuses because you don't feel that your situation can change. You don't bother to change your situation, even though you have the power to change it. But will it even work? Are you sure it's going to work? Who else demonstrated learned helplessness? Gideon. When God, said, you'll be the one, you're the chosen one. Uncle was like, me that's the lowest of the low, like the lowest of the low in the tribes of is who you are saying. Nah, can't be me. Why are you doubting yourself? Who told you cannot do it? Who is the person that lied to you? Nobody but you. You alone are the one that told yourself that you cannot do it. So it is psychological condition where you've placed yourself in that state that there's nothing that can change my situation. Meanwhile, you have all the power, everything to change that situation. Now, characteristics of learned helplessness: repeated uncontrollable stress. You're always tired. Even if you sleep from now to the next day, you are tired. Learned powerlessness. As I said, you have the power to change your situation. I don't know if you've ever heard this analogy or a story about where a farmer, ties an elephant to a tree, right? And that elephant can uproot the tree. But because the elephant has been trained that this tree is more powerful than him since he was a child, he never believes that he can uproot that tree by himself. So that tree becomes his idol, his God. That tree becomes what controls him. So whenever he's tied to that tree, he feels helpless. Generalization. We're all the same. Everything that happens is happening to everybody. Always giving excuses. And so yes, that's how it is. No. I found myself in that state more than I can count. Always giving excuses. This and that. This year is 2026. The year of audacity. I think that's the theme for this year. Audacity. Anything you can achieve, achieve it. Even if you fail, even if you fall down and do it, at least you did it. Stand up and do it again. That is how we are moving in this year. That is how we're moving. We are not allowing psychological conditions or whatever to control us in the year 2026. And you just find yourself not trying anymore. That's another. You don't bother yourself with trying anymore. Maybe if you applied for a job countless times, you're just like, there's no need. Why should I even try again? But that's why it's called life. You keep trying. You keep trying. You keep moving. You keep pushing. That is life for you. So don't ever feel downcast and feel like, no, there's no need for me to try again. Stop that. That's learned helplessness. And also, you stop believing in everything that you once believed in. And it's also a state of where you want your life to change. You're terrified of it changing. You know what you can do so that it can change, but you don't want it to change. Somehow, that thing that will make it change, you don't want it. You don't want to put in the effort. And you want to be seen, but you've also learned to disappear. So you have conditioned yourself. Like for some of us now that are supposed to be seen, we always go and sit at the back of the audience. We're always looking for the back seats where they will not see us, where we can hide our face and hide our talents. You will die there. If you're waiting for someone to come and single you out, you will perish there. This year is not about that. Move yourself to the front. Where you go and for the front seat and say, I used to do it. I'm a subject study, so don't worry. I will come to an event. I will come to church. I will go to the back seats. The back seat I'm looking for. Why? I don't want anybody to see me. I'm shy. Yeah. Oh, you're waiting for God to announce you. Is it at the back he will announce you? Continue go and sit down there. 2026 will come and go again, just like 2025 went and came. You saw how 25 it just came like this. Every day in 2026 should count for you. It should count for something. Even if it's that you moved a pin drop from point A to point B, let that be what you do every single day. That is the mantra for this year. Yes, you saw my book tapped here. That's evidence that I'm writing this in my book. My sister is laughing behind the camera. Oh God. So please, psychological conditions can be improved on and can change. I'm already working on my own and seeing improvements. This podcast is helping me being so outspoken than ever before. If he's talking anything, just step out. Every day, make sure that you are doing something that is advancing what God has placed in you. That's the only way. Audacity. That's the thing for this year. Announcement. Audacity. That is it. I don't know about you. My name is Sharon Lumbles. This is Living Example.